So do you disagree with the diagnosis of neurodevelopmental disorder associated with fetal alcohol exposure?
Well, I disagree with it because it's not a diagnosis that we can use. It is in the DSM-5 TR, it's in clinical conditions for further review. And specifically in that section, it says that you can't use that diagnosis in terms of diagnosing individuals. It's not ready for that yet. It's in a section of the book that really says it needs further information, further studies, further research has to go into this.
All right, Lisa, so let me throw you some heady expert law here, and I know that you're on the cop side of these equations, but the Daubert hearing is dealing whether or not things are going to be admitted because they're scientifically reliable or not. So what I was hearing the prosecution's witness say, their expert was saying that he doesn't agree with the other expert. Typically speaking, in a case like that, the judge is going to say, well, wait a second, that's what trials are for. You could put your expert on, they put their expert on, you cross-examine, they cross-examine. The jury will make a determination as to whether or not they believe one expert or another. But right at the end, he kind of said the DSM-5, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual for Mental Health Disorders, doesn't recognize fetal alcohol syndrome as something that you can rely upon right now. But given a death penalty case and the fact that the judge has wide latitude to allow mitigating circumstances come in, do you anticipate that the judge is just going to allow it to come in and let the jury make the credibility call? I mean, certainly he can be cross-examined on that finding on the DSM-5. What are your thoughts?
Just because it doesn't show up in the DSM-5 as a criteria for a specific disorder doesn't mean that he did not have it. And I would imagine it's not in there because they were not able to isolate what's going on inside the brain. A lot of people go through life with fetal alcohol syndrome and come out okay on the other side. So I don't think that there's enough, they don't have a gradient that's large enough to say we have X amount of people who have had this disability, and this is what happened to them, and these are the things that stayed with them, without some type of MRI or something scientific that they can look at the human brain and come up with it.